All right. Let's get the stream started. Hello, Penny. I don't have that on live. There we go. Now it's set. Okay, so we're gonna finish this tonight. Stream set it. We're finishing it. Yeah, this already naturally wants to stay there. So basically, once I'm done with this, I'll trim everything, edge it, and then take a rawhide hammer to it so that it is good. Hello, Sally. Hi, Biddy. I know, kind of a simple project for tonight, but we will get into more intricate shit next week. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it. If I could... 8,000 layers to get through here, but, you know, once it's going, it's going. Go. That's why a lot of people machine sew. It's quicker. Okay, wait. Before I continue, count, make sure I don't do the wrong hole. Oh my god. 18. Yep. So that has to go through that now. You still have the other wallet? I do. It is sitting right here. I haven't shipped it out yet. Mostly because the next project is for the same person, and I was going to ship them both together. At least that's what I'm using as an excuse for not shipping it. At this point, because I know how difficult this is going to end up being, so okay. There is a hole here somewhere. There it is. Okay, and then I gotta get through the top one. Bam. All right. If this ends up being a shorter work stream, what I'll probably end up doing is maybe a bit of the background work that I normally do on the weekends. I have a few patterns I have to put together. Hello, Chris. Also, hello, Plague Bunny. I'm pretty sure I said hello, but I might not have. If I did not, that was not my intention. Hello. Okay, there's definitely another... lots of layers. Be lying if my hands were not still hurting. They 100% are. Hello, Cry. Have you know, I am now working on my very own leather project. Hey! What you making? Making a choker. Right on. I did that way back when. I made a, that was one of the first, you know, leather kits that I ever made. Was an Indian, I know, Native American now. At the time, they were called Indian style chokers. Archaic. But God, if I knew where that beaded necklace was. I definitely did not make it choker correctly, and it was like way too big. It was more just like a beaded necklace than it was a choker. But I do remember making that in scout camp. Oh, once upon a time. I hope it turns out well, though. Go. That is going through correctly. Go. I have to go through each layer individually. That fucking sucks. So, are you on a time frame for the choker, or what? You know, what are you basing it on? Are we doing like a cat collar, or are we doing like some kind of due tomorrow? Oh, I see. What? Well, what is your inspiration? What are we making it off of? Oh, vibes alone. Okay. I was about to, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was about to look up what a V-bird was. I was like, I'm still working on chainmail. We're in fair next weekend. Oh fuck! It's already. Oh my god! I have so much chainmail I have to do. My outfit is just awful. I need to actually work on my shit. I have to switch from one costume to another. That's crazy. That's the Fortnite money, right? V-bird. No, that's V... Is it? Wait. Fortnite money. That's V-bucks. I had to look it up. Hi, Rose. decided to completely remake Akira's and Gore. Oh! Hopefully you're not starting that like now. You're jumping into it like last week, right? I know too much about armor for me to have like only a cuirass. And not even like a full cuirass, it's just the chest plate. You know it's V-Bucks? I didn't know! I didn't know it was V-Bucks. I had to look. Chat, I'll be honest. I've never played Fortnite. Is it still? I just know that like a lot of people complain about it. Is it a shitty game or is it actually fun? I know nothing about it other than like it's got every character in it, and that Star Wars did a really bullshit thing by making a scene from The Last Jedi being The Force Awakens or whatever, or I don't remember exactly, but basically the Emperor was back in Fortnite. That's all I know. Playing Magic. Right on. What kind of deck you playing? Oh. You know what you could do to emulate chainmail on a model, Penny? Do like a very finite lattice. On a small model, it doesn't even... Like, if you're gonna print it, it doesn't... It won't be enough to not show up correctly. It's a complicated question. What do you mean it's a complicated question? You're not gonna just play the spirit killer and just drop a sliver deck? No? Just... I know Magic terms, okay. I tried to learn it at one point. I just... never really got into it and then gave my cards away. Because I, again, never really got into it. How do you add holes? In leather, there's a couple of ways that you can do that. So it depends on what you have. Do you have a hole punch? I use stitching irons, but I also have single hole punches. If you don't have that, this would be like a single hole punch. If you don't have that, and awl works really well, you can take a piece of leather and then put where you want the hole and then twist the awl back and forth with like force and it will poke a hole. If you don't have an awl, I'm trying to think of alternatives of what you could use. I'm looking around at household items. Well, you could start with a needle to poke the hole and then use like a metal pen to kind of expand the hole. You have a safety pin. Safety pin will work. Use a safety pin to start the hole and then get like a throwaway Bic pen or something and shove that through and it'll make the hole bigger. because a pen is fine, and then it expands. Just don't push too far unless you want it to be the full thickness of a pen. Just be careful, because you're using tools that aren't necessarily for the the job at hand, and it might you know, it might be difficult to get it to go through depending on how thick your leather is. Shh, don't let him know. Wait, Rose, does that mean that you are playing a sliver deck? You bastard. No, wrong. Back through whence you came. There you go. I would say, for anybody who wants to get into leatherworking more than just like a really quick project, buy a short awl like this. It's very useful. This one's been abused and it's bent to shit, but it still works just fine. Matter of fact, I could probably take that tip off and sharpen it again. But you can do pretty much any leatherworking with this and a set of needles and some thread. Take you a while, but you could. Okay. This. Well, I don't think that's going to be an issue, but I did go through the same hole twice, so... Fuck. Yep. Fuck. I must have missed and went through the same hole twice. That's okay, I can fix this. Didn't that happen with the last sack you made? Yeah, but the problem with the last one is I punched too many holes. This one I just, I think I accidentally skipped a hole because I'm going through so many layers. It, again, doesn't really impact the piece that much. Other than, you know, I just have to kind of pull the piece in place. And there we go. We're back on track. It's going to be kind of hard to get that to go back through the right holes going the other way, but it shouldn't impact too much, thankfully. Go. Problem solved. Move that. I keep kicking those over. Can I not bleed on the piece? Thank you. I'm full expecting to break this needle right now. Or not. Well, you don't have to because the needle didn't break. And we're back on track, and no one will be the wiser except for you guys because you saw it. That is not the right hole. It is that hole. Fuck. There we go. Damn. Just because I'm going through all the layers at once, it's like the hardest. There we are. Back through. As well as I can, at least. I might need to put the gloves on because it's fighting me. I think I had to do that on the other one too. Just because there we are. No, that's not correct. What is going on here? I'm back through. There we are. Don't like how that pulled threads. It's going to be so much easier to just do this tiny little section here at the very end. I'm gonna at this point cheat because I just don't want to struggle. Simple as that. At this point, we don't want to struggle. Enough. Okay. Oh yeah, much easier. Back through. A little more difficult, but still relatively easy. You bit off more than you can chew? Rose is not letting you play the game. You bit off more than chew? How so? Maybe I can walk you through it. What's giving you grief? What's giving you problems? I have pliers because also make jewelry. Pliers are good. You can use pliers on needles. The thing is, right, I break a lot of needles. I use quilting needles because I like thinner thread. If you're gonna use thicker denim needles, or jean sewing needles, you just have to make the hole bigger than you would think you would need to. The key is when you put the thread on it, if you're doing a saddle stitch, you need 2 needles, one on each end. If you have a waxed thread, you can usually get away with piercing the thread. If the thread is not waxed, you might have to tie a knot in it, which is what I tend to do with this, because this is waxed thread, but it's old and kind of fragile. You can tie around it, but you have to make sure the hole is big enough to allow the knot through. So if you can get the needle somewhat through, grab it with the pliers and just send it home. Because I have a pair of pliers right here for the same problem. If a needle don't want to come through, I can use it. I try not to use pliers because there is a high chance of breaking a needle, but it is physically possible. Yeah, piercing thread it's a lot easier to go through. Like I said, this is just really old thread, so the wax doesn't work so well, and when I pierce it, it frays. You can kind of see I have that issue on the end of this one. It frays really, really easy. But I digress. You don't technically need to use wax thread with leather. As long as it's a nylon thread, you can get away with it. You can absolutely. As a matter of fact, I'd recommend it, but if you don't have that, you know, thread's thread. You got this. Just go slow. Make sure, number one thing, pre-punch all of your holes. Line them up with a ruler and get all the holes punched. And then you can take your awl or your pen, essentially, because assuming you don't have an awl. Maybe you do. Or if they're jewelry pliers, are they like the little ring pliers, like the super thin, round pliers? Because you might be able to just use one of the jaws of that to extend the hole. Because the leather will expand. It expands and it contracts, so you can kind of get away with a little bit of a cheatsy doodle and just, you know, punching a tiny hole and making it bigger. Which is what I'm doing here, actually. As a matter of fact, I'm using an awl, but you could use anything if you can get it to puncture through. Here, I'll show you. Let me grab a pen and I'll show you what I mean. Here's just a cheap Bic pen. Right? So I have the hole pre-punched, a little cheapo Bic pen. Get it in there, and just back and forth until it starts to go through, and then it will eventually make the hole bigger. See? But you don't want to go too big, otherwise it's gonna... It can only contract so much. And if you pull your needles tight, a lot of times you can actually force it to contract as well. I mean, it works. Hemostats are great. What kind of... Are they needle nose pliers? Are they the like the little jewelry ones that are super angled, or are they just like regular pliers? They're needle nose, but I also have a... Also, I need the hole to be thick enough to right. I got metal. Okay. Are they screw-on metal spikes, or are they rivet style? They're screw-on? Okay, so all you have to do is make the hole big enough for the screw, and then what you'll do is you'll put the screw in from the backside, and just... Because with the screw, if you can get it a couple threads in there, you can just screw the screw into the leather, and it'll eat the leather up. It'll work like a regular screw, believe it or not. So all you gotta do is make the hole big enough to get the screw to start, and then you can force it the rest of the way through. I'm totally invested now. I wanna I wanna make sure this thing goes together good. Oh, fuck. Oh, you've gotta fucking be kidding me. Oh. Rats. Okay. Okay, I screwed up. I screwed up. Do I have to go back and undo some thread, or can I cheat? I think depends on how far back I screwed up. Why this is going together too easily. Okay, I do have to back it off. Damn it. That's okay. Whatever. I mean, it's hard to get it back through the hole as it was to get it to start the first time. I wish you best of luck. You got this. Nothing is impossible if you put your head to it. Oh, gods. You know what? I'm gonna cheat. We can rethread that in just a second. There we go. Actually, can I just do that? Both? Yeah. Why am I fighting this? Okay. Are we back to the point where we are caught up? No. Okay. Still no. Oh man, I missed a bunch. Damn. Okay. How about now? Are we good now? We're good now. Okay. Put the needles back on. I'd say do your paper first. I know you've already left, but yeah, schoolwork should come first. Projects always come second. Just FYI for future use. As much as people say school is not important, it is unfortunately very important. Okay, wait. Before I sew this, before I go, do the thing. There we go. Yeah, honestly, this kind of explains why I was struggling, because it was kind of trying to pull itself out of the way the whole time. Alright, now we're back to where we were. That was a lot quicker than the first time. Okay. Now I just go down this line to here. And then we sew the middle. And we're good. Then we just trim and smooth. And then I'm gonna try and do some rub-on wax, but I'm thinking with this particular piece, I'm gonna have to, just so I don't ruin my my tooling, I'm gonna have to add some spray wax, which is not really meant for this, but I use it for this anyway, and it works just fine as long as you don't overuse it, because it's really meant for suede. It's it's a spray-on sneaker wax. You could also use a wet wax like a mink oil or something, but that will darken the material. Which, I mean, it doesn't hurt anything. It definitely works. I used it often. I don't have any currently on hand, and I've recently learned that is unfortunately only produced by fur farms, and I don't particularly care for fur farms, so neat's foot is not a made from animal product, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure neat's foot is a plant derivative. It's not the same, but I mean, doesn't support fur farms. God, there's a lot of material I'm sewing through. I don't know that this would be this difficult. Were it not for the fact that I'm going through like 10 layers of leather that all want to go in different directions. It's not snap needle. I'm kind of looking forward to making the capote, sort of transitioning here a little bit, because that is made of completely just wool, and I won't be struggling as much to get the needle through the material. No, the black part is not stingray. The only piece of stingray is in the dead center on the face, which is this. This is all just some cow, some goat. I find that goat makes things a lot softer. It's also very stretchy. Oh, that's a tight fit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to trim that edge too. Oh well. Easy peasy. What the hell is going on here? There it is. Go. Tight. And I've got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, perfect. Perfect amount of holes. I didn't screw that up some stupid way. Okay, and then I just need to go through one more hole here. And I lost my needle. Cool. Back through. Pull it tight. Pull that back through. Pull it tight. Snip. And we burn it. Cool. Now it naturally wants to close, which is the ideal, you know. I am still gonna have to take a mallet to it and really like drive it home, but who gave Kobold fire? My defense, I've had fire. I don't think I need much more than that. Okay, let's pick a side. I don't want to work that way. That's the way I've been working. Let's work that way. Let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, perfect. Okay, so this side is the closest, so we'll start with this side. Just because it'll be easier, I think. Okay. Getting through these is no problem. Finding that was the difficulty. Alright. Cool. Golly. Just remember I got an AI ad for handmade leather and they called hand sewed and showed a probably AI video of a person using a sewing machine. That's not hand sewed. That's machine sewed. I mean, there's nothing wrong with using a sewing machine, but it's not hand stitched. Can't claim hand stitching unless you're doing the horrible, horrible job that I'm doing. And I frankly think that hand stitching looks better. That's just my opinion. It shows a lot more, I won't say effort, but definitely a lot more work. I mean, okay, so I have seen people call machine sewing hand sewing because it's technically not done in a factory, I guess. I would argue that that's incorrect, but, you know, I don't know what constitutes if it's hand sewed or not, I guess. I would imagine sewing by hand constitutes hand sewing, but you know, I don't make the rules. That would be probably the Federal Trade Commission that makes those rules. I do not work for them. Okay, that's gonna be a pain. I'm not gonna do that. Hand sewing looks inside using a machine and you're not using your hand. the big downside to hand sewing is that you can't bulk make items. You can't make a ton of things by hand unless you have a ton of people sewing, right? Because obviously, I'm making one item here, and it takes time. Whereas a sewing machine, you can knock out probably multiple of the same item in a relatively shorter amount of time, and then just do it in layers. Let's say I want to do 10 things, so I'm going to sew the same thing 10 times, but it's going to be a lot quicker. I find that machine sewn items are typically not as strong of a stitching. It doesn't last as long, and stitching likes to pull just because that's how sewing machines work. But you know, fabric items you don't need to hand sew anymore. That's, I mean, the fabric's more than likely going to fall apart before the stitching does. I don't know. I have my gripes, and I definitely still hate AI. Seeing ads for AI kills me every single time. Sometimes it's funny, like, I don't really even know what the ads are for, but I do remember, like, the gorilla and the, like, the Bigfoot that are, like, the really bad AI ads. I think those are kind of funny. Again, don't know what they're selling, so not a very effective ad, but it is kind of funny. Oh, for sure. If it's an AI ad, I will not purchase the product. Even if I need it, I will find someone else who is advertising a similar product without AI. Like, even if it's like a photoshopped shit, you know, and I can tell for sure it's like a very fake image. As long as it's not AI, you can tell somebody handmade the. I would rather go with that. I was on Etsy yesterday, and I was looking at Etsy's search function stopped working for me, so the words that I typed into Etsy were not giving me what I was looking for. I was looking up to see if anybody had handmade frogs. And by frog, I also typed in frog buttons to kind of clarify. A frog button is a particular, or a frog clasp. I also tried that, and it just would not work. I was just getting images of frogs. A frog button is or a frog clasp is a piece of material that hooks onto another piece of material to hold it close, like a button. They're usually very decorative. I don't have one down here for an example, otherwise I would show you. But I was just looking it up because I was like, oh, well, maybe I want to get some frogs and you know, use that on a project. And I got an AI ad for earplugs, or for earbuds, music players that look like frogs coming out of your ears, and every image was AI generated. There wasn't a single real image of the product, which I'm fairly certain is against Etsy's terms of service. So I don't know. I don't know what to do with stuff like that. Right? Like, am I supposed to report that because it's clearly not a real item, or do I just let it go and hope somebody doesn't get scammed by it? Because that's 100% not going to come looking like what they think it's going to look like. we're at the stage where AI is just being used for scams, and it sucks. Kind of glad that AI is dying. It was used for nefarious purposes when it should have been used for, I don't know, making robots. Like, how come we don't have, like, robot butlers? But we have AI robots that take jobs from artists. What kind of fucked shit is that? I feel like we're in a bad Isaac Asimov movie. Or book, rather. I don't think he did any moving pictures. That's, ugh. Where's the damn? There it is. I think they tried to make an AA butlers, but they just look scary and uncanny and can be used to spy on your. Yeah, that's the other problem. That's the other problem. They're used as like listening devices. Not to mention fucking, you know, if anybody owns a fucking Amazon device, they're already listening, so who gives a shit, but, you know. I just wish they wouldn't listen to everything, because, like, when you talk about certain things and you immediately get an ad for it, it's like, bitch, I have never once looked that up. I know you're listening. Maybe chill. Wasn't there something about like a Super Bowl ad or something where they were like, oh, we'll use it to track your dog or whatever? It's clearly like a listening device. Nice. Okay. So, while it does work, close it up. Bam. You open it up, and you got your little secret mole. Boom, bam, beam, bum. Now I gotta cut and trim and make the edges kind of neat, because they are definitely hanging over. Okay. Let me gingerly just cut this with a knife. Not to get political, but remember back when people thought 2020 vaccines had tracking devices and other mind control junk in them? I wonder how many of those people are okay with AI. You know what? That's totally fair. I hate to say it. Look, if you don't believe in vaccines, you know, number one, you're stupid, but number two, that's up to you. That's your prerogative, right? But don't try and force everyone else to fall for that same rhetoric. I'm not going to tell people what to think, because you can do whatever you want with your own body. It is what it is. That includes abortion! If it ain't your kid, if you ain't bearing it, you can do whatever the hell you want with it. Whether I would ever actually have a child aborted, different situation. I would not. But it ain't I'm not having the child in my body, and ain't my prerogative. I live by the sense of, if it don't affect me directly, who the hell cares? Right? Like, for example, I will never understand why people don't like gay marriage, or why people don't like trans people. This is not me getting political. This is just me stating I don't get it. The same reason why I don't understand racism. I just... Why does that person affect you so much in your own daily life? Are you that person? Or is that person affecting you directly? why does it matter? Why don't you just mind your own business and go back to doing whatever you were doing? It's people care too much about other people, but for the wrong reasons. Penny, I'm not gonna unhide that one. I agree with you though. Just because I don't want YouTube to banhammer it. I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand why people want to control other people so much. Like, it literally doesn't affect you. If it doesn't affect you, you shouldn't have a say in it. You know? That's my 2 cents. That's where I will leave that. Might I offend some folks? Maybe. But again, you know, it don't really affect me and I don't care. I'm gonna keep going about minding my own damn business. You know? Crazy concept. Minding my own fucking business. Which is apparently a really hard thing for some people to do. Okay. I know I have a black ball down here somewhere. And there it is. Not much left. I need to buy some more black dye. This is getting low. Okay, I am just dyeing up the edges here to kind of clean them up. And then I'm gonna let it dry for just a second, and then we will start to slick it down. I want to try and trim that up a little bit nicer, because it's not super smooth like I want it to be. Can I cheat? Can I? Here's my... Where's that? Okay. that's a little bit better. And how well does the wallet close now? I guess is a better question. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Perfectly. Knuckle studs? Let me unhide that. That shouldn't be hidden. There's nothing you said that was... It's weird. How do I feel about knuckle studs? I don't mind them. Funny story, because I know these are the hidden blade gloves. I unironically have been making I put it in projects today. Farley and I have been working on a capote, which is a Canadian or Northern Washington and Canada native wear. They were used throughout all of Canada because cold. But I've been working on making one, and revolutionary style, somewhat. And it accidentally came out kind of looking like Connor's coat from AC3. So oops. Not exactly, but, you know, it's pretty close. That side's good already. As far as knuckle studs go, though, do you want them to be practical or do you want them just to be decorative? Like, that's the big question. Because, like, as a decoration, I mean, sure. Kind of goofy, but sure. As, you know, a usable item, different story, and I'm not sure that I can legally make that. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. We'll DM. No, I'm just kidding. Or am I? No. Oh God. My damn tokenol is stuck in my drawer. Shit. It rolled. There we go. Fuck, that was hard. I don't know. I feel like it depends on what kind of vibe you're going for, right? Knuckle studs would look fine on some kind of like modern stuff, but I feel like if you're looking for like Ren Fair or like Victorian era or anything like that, you probably wouldn't want to go with that. Right? It doesn't fit the era. It's very, I feel like contemporary modern. Just personally. Rogue Trader. I mean, then I would say that falls more contemporary. You could definitely go with that. Like I said, they definitely have a purpose. They have a use. If anything, an intimidation factor. How does one manage heat with full arm leather gloves? Let me show you. Because I have a set of welding chaps for my arms that I use on my Stormtrooper costume. Find a glove. Where the hell are my gloves? Is that the one I'm looking for? It's not. But the other one's attached. Cool. Alright. So, I'm not sponsored. Arm chaps. It's literally the brand. So, full leather chaps. I use it with my Biker Scout outfit because I grabbed the wrong glove anyway. Getting the real gloves that work with these, real hard. They don't make them anymore. They haven't made them in years. So what I'll do is rock these. It's no worse than wearing a leather jacket, frankly. But yeah, basically full arm leather. It goes up to my elbow and then the rest is whatever, but no, you're correct, but I have another piece of leather that this part stays open for my there's like 4 pieces that for Biker Scout armor, and then I've got another upper arm short sleeve leather shirt that I wear for this with a sweater under that. So in terms of heat, I can tell you for a fact, not that bad. In direct heat, I imagine it'd be worse, but I've not ever had an issue with overheating. The key is to, right? If you look, it's not skin tight. So as long as there's a bit of a gap, it will breathe. Keyword there's not skin tight. I need to fix that up. That armor's rough. I need to fix it up. But you gotta have skin tight to activate the mechanism. No, you don't. You have to have sections that hold it tightly to your skin. The mechanism itself works off of a doesn't it work off of a like a pull chain, like a string? I don't know how I know how they kind of work in game, but you don't want to lose a finger, so I don't know. Are you... Okay, so I'm curious about this. Are you wanting to make a custom one that's tailored to you specifically, or do you want me to try and recreate an in-game model? Because recreating an in-game model is going to be a lot easier than trying to, you know, make a... whatever have you. But, not that I can't do it, I'm just saying, in general. Yeah, I mean, I do inspired by, but, like, are you... Like I said, are you wanting, like, a certain one? Like... I know there's a lot of different assassins, so... The reason why I'm asking is because that will give me the generation of assassins that I can kind of... try and figure it out. Well, yeah, I was figuring it would match the bandolier. I kind of thought that this was for his rogue trader outfit. In a way. I kind of knew. Oh my god. Penny, I know your pain. I look at fucking Etsy constantly and I'm like, let me just add that to my wish list. The key is to get someone else to buy one from you when you make it. So that way you can justify the purchase. Which is why I still don't have the Assassin's Creed coat. I have not been able to convince someone to buy one. Just let me make one, damn it. As close to AC, but want function and usability in Con and Fair is most important. Okay. I'm curious with that, because I know a lot of fairs make you tie down your weapons. How does that work? Oh, it's plastic. Oh. I mean, I've seen metal ones. Depending on how the mechanism works, maybe. I don't know if you want to send me one so that I can, you know, fiddle with it. I could probably cast you one. Please don't. He'll hurt himself. Fair enough. Get practice with the plastic one first. When you get really good with that, then we can talk. How about that? The gloves, so how well do the gloves fit you? Like, are they tight or are they... Because what I can do is I can build it around the gloves, so that way, unless you want me to make new gloves, but... Just too tight. Okay. That's actually for the best. Those aren't real leather? Okay, so I'd have to remake the gloves. But that's fine. Instructions and pictures works fine. Okay, so... I have to figure out... it out. I don't like how that looks. I'm gonna trim that a bit more. It's funny that you're asking for gloves because I have someone else that is asking me to make them HEMA capable gloves as well. I think it's HEMA, the sword fighting competition. Except that's a little bit more of a challenge because it's not costume. It's got to actually take a blow. How hard would it be to make a full suit of knight armor? You'd be Hold on. Hold that thought. Do I still have it here? I actually happen to have a full set of gothic armor patterns. These are for gauntlets. I've got a whole pile for other bits that I had intended on making once upon a time. Out of roughly 20 gauge steel that has been, for lack of a better term, blued or blackened rather, so that it, you know, just works better. I do have intentions of making myself a set of like proper steel armor. My thing is like I really like fantasy armor, but a lot of it's not physically possible to be real. So what I think would be really neat is making an inspired outfit that looks as close to the source material as possible. And I like making my stuff out of the material that it would actually be. So, for example, like the Monster Hunter, because I'm just using because I was saying it, the Monster Hunter armor that I don't remember. I think it was Max. Somebody posted in projects that they're making out of EVA foam. Making that out of 20 gauge steel and wrapped leather would be cool. The hard part is making the metal do what you want it to do. That's, you know, name of the game. Learn how to make a cosplay instead of looking at characters and going, man, I want to cosplay them. Hey, you have a 3D printer. How do you think I made my first Stormtrooper costume? It's the reason I got into 3D printing, is because I wanted to set a Stormtrooper costume and I didn't want to pay $3,000 to someone else to make the armor. I still have intentions of making a full set of, like, aluminum cast Stormtrooper armor, wearable. I just have not done it yet. Mostly because I don't have the space to do it, but I do intend on doing it. I have the material, I have the aluminum, I just, again, need space. But if you print your costume hollow, plastic isn't that heavy, so I tend to print mine solid because parts fall. But I'm used to toting around heavy armor anyway, because I have a, like I said, I do wear steel when I go to the Ren Fair. I have a steel cuirass, and I'm currently making a carbon steel chainmail. I'm skipping the coif. I don't really want the head armor. I'm going for a just a shirt, essentially. I forget what it's called. I know there's a word for it. I'm tired. To be fair, I'm tired. Most 3D printable cosplays need like twice the amount of filament I have, and can't justify actually printing them because I don't have any reason to wear them. I mean, that's fair, I guess. That's fair. At the thickest point, how thick is this? About 1.25 inches. It's a little thicker than I wanted it to be, but the main wallet itself, just under 1 inch. Exactly what I wanted it to be. The snap is just a little bit thicker than I was expecting it to be. But, hey, we finished. That is done. So, kind of give it a little walk through. We've got the very May Ray inspired wallet. This is Josh's character. Just a sea landscape, because I figured that was going to get folded over and no one would really see that. Internal wise, we've got card holder, hidden pocket behind the card holder, slots on both sides, as well as additional pockets underneath. Inside, we've got a hidden pocket for that is in the shape of a mole for an air tag. And then the whole thing is a relatively compact package. So, I guess that kind of concludes the two wallets. You have Ace's wallet and Josh's wallet. Ace's is obviously a little bit more futuristic in vibe. Same thing with the hidden pockets. And then card wallet. Yeah. And it's only 9:30. Shit. I went quicker than I was expecting it to. Oops. So the symbol on the wallet is actually Ace's logo. Which, this side is painted and this side is raised. Black leather. So if you turn it sideways, you can kind of see there's a bit of a depth. That was not super easy to do. That required a very dexterous hand, and I definitely don't have that. Okay, well, shit, I guess let me clean up, and, I can start, I don't know, putting together the next pattern. Similar shape to the Lord of Shades, that's very fair. Okay. Not mistaken. Yeah. I did put that in there. I have to write something to put in these. I don't know what I'm going to say, but, I'll put something in there to be nice. Where would be a good place? There we go. Perfect. Okay, I'll set these aside for now. Both need to be shipped out. And I will work on cleaning this up, and then I have the other pattern right here, but I need to put it together. I guess we could start it too. I don't know how. I need to. Well, I haven't had it approved yet. So I guess all I can do really is put the pattern together. And then I realistically don't think that's going to take... I don't think I'll have enough time to actually start in on cutting it or anything. I honestly don't. Oh, that's broken. I'm dumping that. That's a broken needle. I will also need to buy some fabric. Or dig through what Mama Bold has in her hoard of fabric. Because I need some space theme stuff. What do you need in terms of wish list for these gloves? Basic idea of what you're looking for so I can work with Farley to get a concept. Kind of like I did with the bandolier. Yeah, like just like a basic idea, or if you want any symbols on it or whatever, give me the symbols that you want, and I can try and work them in. Features that you want, like if you want the gloves to have a hole for you to put your fingers through so that you can use a cell phone easier. Alternatively, I can also buy haptic, I think they're called haptic gloves, or thermal, I forget what they're called. Haptic is VR shit. The gloves that let you use your phone. Alternatively, I can go fingerless too. You don't want to give me too much. Trust me, give me too much. You cannot overbear, and I can kind of work with what I got. It is okay to give me too much. I will ask for clarifying questions if I don't understand something. I'm gonna leave those out, actually. What the hell? Oh god. What just got stuck? Something just got stuck. Oh. That would be a box. Of snaps that need to go back in here. Also, I'm gonna buy some one-part rivets instead. What is happening here? Instead of two-part rivets, so that way we don't have an issue of snaps coming undone anymore. Won't my desk close? What the fuck is going on here? What's happening? That was black. Oh. I see. Okay. Figured it out. Always prefer Chicago screws. That's fine. I've got, honestly, hold on. I have those. I use them for holsters and stuff, so I've got Chicago screws I can use. My thing with Chicago screws is you can't you can't get them 100% tight enough, because the leather has to be the correct thickness for it to work. They only come in certain thicknesses. I mean, it's... Why are the screws... so they're called Chicago screws because I think they were invented in Chicago. Either that or they were made by John Chicago himself. I'm pretty sure that they originated in Chicago. I've also heard Sam Brown buttons called Chicago studs. So, you know. Shout out John Chicago. Out. And these actually can go in the trash finally. Cool. Right. Okay. Knibble goes in here. Tape measure I don't need out. Definitely don't need those out. I can put those away too. Okay. Did I? Oh! Never mind, I guess I already cut him out. Huh. I can't believe I did that. Well, shit, never mind. Done it at work. Okay, well, what do I got on my list? What do I have to do? Hold on. Maybe I can get something done tonight. Hold on. Okay, so. We're gonna call this cloth clothing. We're gonna call this capote. Capote. Fuck. Oh, I crossed that out. I did the other ball bag. That's done. Well, Is that a frying pan? Oh my god, no. That would be... I bumped it. That is the, thing that keeps me from making a pop filter. It's called a pop filter. Whoops! I didn't even notice it was in frame. My bad. I guess what I can do is I did buy, or rather found, a pattern for an 1840s. called a paletot coat. That I was going to mangle into that Kobold. I guess I could do that. Did I take the Dutch oven on the trip? I did, however, I was not able to use it because they didn't let us build fires right at our campsites. It's you have to have a fire pit, and I did not have a fire pit. Was good, Ace. Also, hello, Ace. I have to talk to you about the next project that I have listed that you know about. I need to get approval. I'm gonna be messaging you this weekend. Yes, the one that crashes the server. Yes, the handcrafted oven. Also, Ace, I'm assuming Moth doesn't watch my streams, so I'm good to stream that, right? Because I'm gonna be doing it on stream so I can get it done. Don't worry, I am still... I'm still working on... I have been doing research, too, on the other thing, the hemoglobes, gauntlets. Gauntlets, not gloves, gauntlets. I have some ideas that I can run by you. Is it an 18+ thing? No. No, it's technically a backpack, but it could also be a purse. It's, well, you'll have to find out soon. It's not like it's going to take a lot of designing on account of the color scheme being very easy, which I'm grateful for. But, yeah. Once it's done, I'll be shipping this and that Ace, so... Yeah. I also have a belt to make you, still. That's still on my chopping block. I just don't, I haven't been able to find the belt loop. You said you wanted it to be a, like a buckle style, and I've not been able to find one that works. If I can find that, then I can determine how wide to make the belt. But, right, so what I was saying was, I do have a pattern that I need to put together that's like 90 pages. So I'm really looking forward to doing that. Or what else do I have listed? Hold on. Because I know I have a list. I have a list of things. Alright, in the possible projects, I've got... Well, I guess I could work on that, the backpack that I've been working on and off. Or Mayray's bag. Okay, I have to make... Oh, hats. I have some hats I want to make. What do? What do? Good night, Ace. You know, I'm gonna start hurting my hands. I'm gonna go ahead and put the, start putting that coat pattern together. Back in there. There we go. I'll leave that off to the side because that's gonna end up being the pattern that we start on Tuesday. Think about that. It's been a kind of weird week. And then, yeah. Give me just a moment here. And I will go grab my other pattern and we can kind of look it over and take it apart. Okay. This is going to take me a minute to dig through. I also don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Palatot, I think. I don't need the bibliography. Any of that crap. That crap. I understand how to stitch. Oh, what is this? Oh, how to do a buttonhole. That is actually not that useless. That's pretty helpful. So I'm intending on hand sewing this whole thing. It's going to be really helpful. Okay. Where is the actual pattern piece? Here we go. Here's where it starts. All of that is just instructions. What a actually good pattern. Oh, shit. Yo. Okay, so for note... Oh. That's helpful. Fashion fabric suggestions. Bottom weight fabrics in cotton, prints, satin weave, natural and white, seersucker, blue, white, brown, white, black, white, and 1/4 to 1 inch of woven checks. Green, white, brown, white, blue, white. Linen, natural and white, plain weave, natural or white, drill, and satin weave. Okay, notions, buttons. 12 3/4 to 1 1/8 self-covered. 4-hole china or calico, 2 or 4-hole ocean or freshwater pearl buttons. Hand sewing use 40 to 2 or 50 to 2 or 60 to 2 white. Brown natural. Oh my god, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Beeswax to wax the thread. Tailor's blue chalk for marking. Okay. I don't need any of that crap. The important thing is the buttons. I need to know how many buttons, and that's a lot going on there, and I'm confused about it. There's also a very old phone number on here that I doubt worked, because this pattern is from 1993. The words Mason, what do they mean? Nothing! They mean nothing! It's telling me what kind of fabric to use for this pattern, but I'm not... I'm not. pattern pieces just go together. I don't even know what fucking pattern I'm putting together at this point. Fuck does this go? Like that? No. Really? Oh gods. I'm gonna need a bigger table. I don't even know what fucking piece this is. Oh god. What is this pattern? This pattern is for a coat. And I need a much bigger table and potentially help to do this. So I'm gonna modify this pattern, but for the most part, this pattern is to make a coat that looks like that. Which is an 1840s pattern. Well, kind of. It's a historical pattern. Or a historically studied pattern that was remade in 1993. Is that what people look like back in the day? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Damn. Shit, I'm kind of just unsure what to do. I was not expecting to finish the wallet so quickly. So I don't know that I have the energy to put this together tonight. But I don't really want to sit here and do fuck all, so... Can't do that because I don't have leather. Can't do like... I'm trying to think of things to do. So I can't start on my Easy Rider jacket because I don't have the leather. Moccasins? I do have a moccasin pattern. I could try my hand at shoes again. Or I can make a hat. Yeah. No, he 100% does look like a dweeb. It's the eyes! Whoever drew this picture just did a bad job. It's 100%. It's the eyes and it's the nose. Like, if they didn't do that, this wouldn't be so bad. Also, the fact that he's fucking A-posing doesn't help. It's the A pose? No, I don't... Maybe. Maybe. My jacket's not gonna look like that though, because I'm adding a hood and changing the collar. I'm also not putting pockets. I don't feel like it needs them. Okay, we will save this because I don't want to do it. It's I feel like that's a reasonable fucking thing. I just don't want to do it right now. Damn. Well, I usually end late. I guess I can end early. It's almost 10 o'clock. Normally I end at 10:30, so damn. He looks like he calls his mother to do stuff for him while he's in his 30s. It's fucked up. I'm in my 30s and I call my mom for her to do shit for me. Fuck? The fuck does that mean? That's fucked up. Well, damn. Shit. Was it the Farley? I guess I'll end it here. I'm trying to remember what Farley usually says. Let's see. Well, we finished early, so we're gonna end early. Fuck it. I hope everyone had a wonderful time. We ended up finishing up our projects. Our wallets are done. It says the first insult is he does not know how to do adult things. That's fair. So, I hope everyone has a good night or day or whatever time it is, wherever you are. Make sure you eat good food, get some water, get some rest, and we will. Well, I will see you. Farley's not here. I can't say we. I will see you next week on Tuesday. We're gonna hopefully start in if I can get approval on this, which is a secret. If you want to know what it is, you'll have to tune in. Anyway, I hope everybody has a good night. Goodbye! Bye. Yes, Farley, I am signing off early. Ended up finishing up. So, yeah, we're good. Alright. For real, though, goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.